Howdy folks, welcome to another video. So here we go. Apologies for the uploads. I've been waiting for the rear window, so it's been about a month and I really haven't done much to the car that's worth filming, but I'm here and the rear window. So just a heads up, I was going to film stage by stage doing fitting the rear window, but it's been real pain in the backside and it would just this video would be probably about 2 hours long and just me swearing a lot. But let me show you what's going on. So get that out of the way. So obviously the first thing to do is when you get your back window, now you can buy kits, they're about 150 odd quid, that have all the new rivets and some glue and some other bits and pieces, and also for the hoods you get these things called I believe called hockey sticks, which fit inside the hood here. Now I'm using the old original ones because there's nothing wrong with them. So first off, if you're replacing the top, you're going to need an insulator pad if yours is rotten or just degraded. So you can buy these off a couple of companies. They're about 300 quid. And again, there's a bit of time to grab them. I saved myself a bit of money, quite a bit of money. I made this. It's not brilliant, but you know what? You don't see it. And it wasn't too bad. So what I've done is grabbed a Egyptian cotton. Oh, feel it. Oh, the smoothness. You need an Egyptian cotton single bed cover, and then some wadding. I've double filled this because I had quite a bit. So you stuff the wadding in, chuck it on top of the roof. Now the bed sheet will come down to about here both sides, so all I've done is just folded it over and then just kind of sewn it. You can't see it, but I've just kind of put a couple of sewn stitches all along to create this nice kind of folding edge here. So flop that on top, and then what you want to do is poke some holes in it, put it on, and you'll have a load of holes here. So and you'll have 3 there, usually 1 in the middle. I put 1 here and 1 there just to help it support it more, and of course same the other side. So now, like I say, it is a bit of a fiddle. If you've got 2 people helping you, great, because you can kind of to me to you kind of thing. But yeah, so this goes on first, poke some holes in it, obviously, and then this rear window strip goes on top, and then the metal brace goes on, and then you just poke some holes in, make sure everything lines up. There's holes here that correspond for the hood, and another bracket that holds that on, so you need to kind of get them in line, and then rivet away and just kind of dunk the rivets in. And there we go. And then once you've got that in, it's always handy to unzip the rear window, unzip it, because you don't want this flapping about and trying to put this on, because it just makes life a lot harder. But just remember which side it goes. You don't want to put it on the wrong way and then have to drill all these rivets out and start over again, because it's just pure stress. So once that's in, zip the window up, chuck it in. Might need a hand with that. And then the way it sits at the back here, you can probably see, well, I probably can't see, so you've got this metal bracket and there's a leading edge that goes all along. Now you can try and just loosen this off and try and tuck it underneath, but it is a faff. So I took this off, stuck it under the lip, and then put it back on and kind of very carefully bolted it down. Unfortunately 2 bolts are missing from that side, so I need to fix that, but that's another job for another time. So, and then once you've got that in, obviously you'll have to just kind of lift the roof up. Once that's in and you've got to this stage, next is to make up some brackets. These are just out a bit of scrap, bit of scrap, and I just drilled 2 holes, and this just holds the material either side and just stops the material from shimmying either side. Once you got to that stage, go to the front. Now this roof isn't, as you can see, isn't hooked up, and then all I did was get some glue, which I'll show you in a sec, and I just put it on. Now this is the open end, because obviously I've trimmed this, not very good. It looks like Stevie Wonder's had a go at chewing this, or Jaws, but it doesn't matter because this is going to get trimmed up along this leading edge. But yeah, so this bit I put down first, which glued down onto the roof, and then wait for that to cure, and then this piece stuck on top. Take your time. The glue I've used is over here. This is a glue I've used, Evo Stick Multi-Purpose Impact Instant Contact Adhesive, and it's really good. I think this was about little jar. I think it was like 12 quid off eBay. You might be able to get it cheaper, but yeah, this is stuff that is really good. And like I say, once the material was on, it didn't really move about, and I just put some clamps on it and it held it to piece. So there we go. So once you get to that stage, you need to do the roof, but then you need to trim up some other bits and pieces and faffery. But let me just show you the roof and what you have to do in order to fit it onto that bar. Right, so first thing you want to do is there's this metal bar that's with these studs that poke out. Give the studs a bit of a clean up, which I have. Unfortunately, the 2 studs on the end snapped because, well, just my luck really, but hey ho, you can just put some M4 or M6 bolts through with and that. So you want to get your top. Now these when you get this top, or a top, holes will be kind of marked out. You'll see them, and you might just have to just kind of do some jiggery pokery and just kind of poke them through to make sure that these actually fully seat through like that. Now there's 9 studs that go across, and then these 9 studs so sit in to the corresponding holes, these big uns. So this stud here on the edge where the roof, where this bar slightly tapers, will go into there, and obviously that one to there, and then so on and so forth. So you're probably best unzipping the rear window to get better access. You'll also need to drop the headliner down, because you need to, let me just show you, you see them, these here, these little hurlies. So the bar sticks out through there, and then that's where you need to put the corresponding nuts on to hold that on. And then this just goes up and then flicks into there and covers it all up. Now it's probably best unzipping the rear window to do this, and also make sure that the top's not fixed or latched in at the back. Yeah, so let me just set the camera up and we'll have a go fitting that now. Right, well that didn't work with the camera, but we'll just struggle with one hand, shall we? So once you fit the bar in, so the best way to fit it is lie the roof down, flip this ledge over. Now this bar only fits one way, and the idea of it then is once that's through, you get that and you push it through all them holes there, which is, you can roughly see it there. It's a bit of a pain to do with one hand, so I'll put the camera down and I'll show you afterwards after it's sat in. Right, that was a right faff, but if we go up and have a look, it might be a bit too dark, but all the bolts are in now, all the little sorry, the nuts are in. I had to do them finger tight because I haven't got a little socket small enough to do them. So that was fun. But the roof is now fixed in there, which is all good. It's not going to go anywhere. I just need to tighten it up and all that fiddlery. So once that's done, the next job after that is, once I tighten that, I can put the headliner back in place and clip that in. And then once done that, so on the side here, through the side, you've got these tension cables. So runs through the hood, through this plastic guide, and then you adjust it there, and then where it actually fits, stay there. So it comes out there, along through that hole, and then just under there there's a little hook. Now it's got this side, but the other side broke off, but I'll just like I said earlier, I'll just have to drill it and put a nut and bolt through it. I need to take this rubber seal off. Come on, focus. So I need to take this rubber seal off in order when I fix this. So this just basically latches over the top of there, glue that on, and that will have to be glued there, then put them on. And then once it's all done, kind of tighten these up. And then the last job, so in here there's some things called the hockey sticks. So you've got a hole there which corresponds to there. Now a pop rivet goes on, like a screw with a pop rivet, because you've got a tonnex cover, or a cover that kind of, when this is all folded back, it just makes it look nice and neat, and it clips onto there, and I think there as well, because there's just about where my finger is there's a screw hole. So, and there's a corresponding hole somewhere in there, and then there's another hole just there which goes, doesn't go on there. That's actually for the plastic trim that just covers that up. So screw in there, and then that metal bar there hooks up onto there. Now if you're buying a kit with all the glue and the rivets and everything, you'll get 2 new hockey sticks, which the later versions, which have a piece that comes out with a hole, and then you just bolt that in. But I'm reusing the old ones, so they're perfectly fine, and the galvanized. So yeah, so put them on, and then this needs, obviously, window needs to come down, and then once the roof is all sorted up there, this will be kind of pulled and then glued round onto this piece round here, just to tighten it up, and that goes inside. And then the inner headlining cover pops into that red leading edge just there, and then that is pretty much it. I still need to get, I noticed that when I did hook the top over the edge, it was pulling this quite a bit. I haven't fixed this metal bar down, but I'm missing 2 fixings here, so that needs to be sorted. But it's getting there. It's getting there. It's the you know, most of the big stuff is already done. It's just the last 10-20% to do, and it's just been an absolute just headache, because you can see how short it is, because that's the leading edge. And yeah, it just pulls everything tight. But like I say, once the side flaps are on and the top bar's tightened up, I can glue this on, which will be a job for another day, because I've run out of time. And yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to leave the video there. Yeah, looks all right, doesn't it? So if you like this kind of thing and enjoying this kind of series, I've got many other videos from when I first bought the vehicle, and issues of getting it running and putting a new starter motor on it and all that fiddlery. To, you know, I think this is video number 14, I think. Don't quote me on it. 14 or 15, I don't know. There's still some other bits. It needs an MOT soon. It runs out in a few days. I've checked all the lights and everything, and they're all tickety-boo, and everything. The only thing that I do see there's an issue is the passenger inner CV boot is split open, which is not great. Not the best, but I got a CV boot kit to fit, not a universal one, a proper one that's the correct size and everything. So once that's done, I'll probably end up filming that as well, but once that's done, book it for an MOT just down to the road, and then once that's done, it'll be completed, and then just get it nicely detailed, because in the pictures it looks nice, but it needs a good polish. Oh, it's been a long day, I can't get my words out. So I'll leave it there. Like I say, if you like this kind of video, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and I'll see you on the next one. Tidy bar.